Hello, hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss about fire alarm system. What's a fire alarm system and what are the basics of fire alarm system and how a fire alarm system is functioning. We will see in this video. Before that, let's have an overview of the presentation. Fire alarm system description, features of fire alarm system, design basics, standard requirements, detection systems, integration with other system. We'll be going through each of these contents in our video. And before going to the video, let's see what's a fire alarm system. Fire alarm systems are designed to give warnings to the outbreak of fire and hence allowing the evacuation and appropriate actions to be taken before the situation is getting out of control. Purpose of fire alarm system shall be primarily to detect and provide notifications of fire to alert the occupants in a building. Suitable for highly congested and electrically hazardous areas, those are prone to fire where safety of operation is important. The major components of a fire alarm system includes the first one will be fire alarm control panel, primary and a backup power supply, alarm initiating device, alarm notification device, remote control and display panels, building safety interfaces, emergency alarm communication systems. Normally, a human survival is endangered whenever the optical density of the smoke is exceeding 0.1 dB per meter, or the temperature rises beyond 66 degrees Celsius, or the concentration of the carbon monoxide in the atmosphere exceeds 0.04%. An alarm should be initiated before these limits are reached so as to alert the occupants to escape from the safety. This is the basic criteria which we are used for designing a fire alarm system. Now let's see a fire alarm control panel. Fire alarm control panel receives information from devices which are designed to detect and report fires, monitoring their operational integrity and providing the automatic control of the equipments and transmitting the information necessary to prepare the facility for the fire based on the predetermined sequence. This is the major function of a fire alarm control panel. Fire alarm control panel can be divided into two. And first one is a conventional fire alarm control panel, and the second one is an addressable fire alarm control panel. Coming to the conventional fire alarm control panel, in these systems, each of the devices are connected using initiating devices using separate circuits and are wired in parallel. Systems have got less information density and it's limited to the number of circuits connected to the fire alarm control panel. The structure will be subdivided into zones and each zones will have got 3 bits of information regarding that zone, normally called as normal, alarm and a trouble, and it will be displayed at the fire alarm control panel using visible indications. Conventional panels are now less frequently used in large buildings and only used in small buildings like small hotels or schools. So typical conventional fire alarm control panel, as you can see in the video, visible indications are available at the front of the fire alarm control panel. Coming to addressable fire alarm control panels, addressable fire alarm control panel have got finer diagnostics and larger systems. It's got more information capacity and control flexibility. This employs one or more signaling line circuits called the loops, varying from 1 to 30 numbers. Each loop can monitor and control several hundreds of devices. Each device on the loop has got its own address, and the panel knows the state of each of the devices which are connected to the system. And this is a typical fire alarm control panel, addressable one. From there, we can see what's the status of the panel, what are the faults, and what are the alarms existing in the system. And this can be readily accessed from the fire alarm control panel display. And coming to the advantages of a addressable fire alarm control panel, we can quickly determine the location of the fire. Specific actions can be programmed with the end user. Less false alarms and the lower cost of firing are the main advantages of addressable fire alarm control panel. Coming to primary and backup power supply, the system shall derive its power from either main electric supply, single phase, or a standby supply, which is to be available immediately at the time of failure of main supply. The standby power supply shall be derived from exclusive backup batteries, which shall have the provision of automatic charging and automatic load switchover whenever normal power supply fails. The standby power supply shall be capable of maintaining the system in normal operation for a period of not less than 48 hours after the failure of the normal power supply. The external battery shall be properly mounted and it should be properly ventilated. Every isolator switch or a protected devices that's capable of disconnecting the main supply to the fire alarm system shall be situated in a position to be protected against unauthorized operations. The voltage of the battery is also to be monitored regularly. Let's see the calculation of battery capacity. C min is equal to 1.25 T1 I1 plus dI2 by 2. T1 is the total battery standby period and I1 is the total battery standby load and D is the derating factor and I2 is the total battery alarm load in ampere. From this calculation, we will be able to arrive the battery capacity required for our fire alarm system. Now let's see alarm initiating devices. These can be smoke detectors, either ionization type or photoelectric type, heat detector, flame detector, beam detector, duct detector, and the manual call point. Now let's see first ionization type detector. This employs ionization chamber as a sensing means from detecting the aerosols given off by the fires. And next one is the photoelectric type. These detectors whose operation is based on the light attenuation by smoke particles. These detectors respond quickly to smoke containing small particles normally produced during the clean burning of fire. That's optically, normally it will be dense. And this is the photoelectric types are the normal commonly used type of smoke detectors. And we can see the photo. First one is an ionization type detector, and the second one is a photoelectric type detector. You can say bulb also. Once the device is activated, the bulb will start glowing. Now come heat detectors. Heat detectors are used to respond when the convected thermal energy of a fire increases the temperature of a heat sensitive element in a heat detector. Normally there are two types of heat detectors. The first one is a rate of rise detectors, and the second one is fixed temperature detectors. You can see the as the name speaks, these are classified based on the mode of operation. This is a normal heat detector. You can see a red bulb over there. It will be glowing once the device is activated. Now let's see first about rate of rise heat detectors. These detectors operate on a rapid rise element temperature of of range of 6.7 to 8.3 degrees Celsius per minute, irrespective of the starting temperature. These have got two sensitive thermocouples, one that monitors the heat transferred by the convection and the other that monitors the ambient temperature. The rate of rise detector may not respond to low energy release rates as it's slowly developing fires. These are not commonly used. Now we can see fixed temperature. Fixed temperature detectors operate when the ambient temperature near the heat sensitive element reaches a preset value, and it will be giving alarm annunciations to the our fire alarm control panel. Normally thermal lag delays the activation of the fire alarm control panel, and this is the most common type of detectors heat detectors used. These are the normally operate at a temperature of 58 degrees Celsius. Now let's see a flame detector. Flame detector is sensor designed to detect and respond to the presence of flame or fire. These can respond often faster and more accurately than a smoke or a heat detector due to the mechanism it uses to detect the flame. UV detectors. UV detectors operate in the range of zero point 0.7 to 1 micrometer range, and these are detectors working by detecting the UV radiations emitted at the instant of ignition. These are capable of sensing fire within 3 to 4 milliseconds, and normally we are adding a 2 to 3 milliseconds of delay in order to minimize the false alarms. Now let's see IR flame detectors. These are used to detect the radiations of IR wavelength range. These are normally operate in above 1 micrometer, and carbonating fuels emit significant radiations at 4.35 micron range, which are normally used by the IR flame detectors to detect the flame. Usual response time will be in the range of 3 to 5 seconds, and one of the severe disadvantages is that it cannot be used for the outdoor applications as water vapors will absorb these radiations. Let's discuss about beam detector. Beam detector uses a projected beam of light to detect the smoke across large areas. Beam detectors work on the principle of light obstruction. When the presence of smoke blocks some of the light from the beam, there will be a sender and receiver plates. Once a certain percentage of the transmitted light has been blocked by the smoke, either by scattering or absorbing, fire is signal. There is mainly used in large commercial spaces and industrial areas. The standard point smoke detector would be uneconomical or would be restricted by the height of the building. Like in triple height or double height areas or in film theaters, it will be normally applied. You can see in the video, first one is a receiver plate and the second one is a center plate. Normally, center plate will be continued to send the beam of light to the receiver, and receiver will be continue to check it with the preset value. When it is going below that preset value, our beam detector will be giving alarm to the fire alarm control panel that a fire has been occurred in the building. Now let's discuss about duct detector. Duct detector uses smoke detector or probes that shall be installed in straight stretches of ductwork used to detect the presence of smoke. Normally consists of a photovoltaic type smoke detector mounted externally to the duct, and air sampling is achieved through the sampling tubes which will be penetrated into the duct. The sampled air by the sampling tube is allowed to go through the smoke detector, and once smoke is detected, the detector will be giving alarm to the control panel that a smoke has been detected in the ductwork, and it need to be addressed immediately. Now let's discuss about manual call point. Manual fire alarm activation requires human intervention. As distinct from automatic fire alarm activation, it can be activated by pulling the handle down of the pull station, which will be normally wall mounted. Once the handle is pulled down, it will close the circuit and will trigger the alarm instantaneously. MCP can be reset operating the person only by using a key which is used to operate the MCP. This is a normal MCP, and you can pull down the pull station in the press button here. Now let's see about some notification devices. Notification can be done through two modes, visual and audible. Audible notifications are done through stops, and the normal output of this audible notifications will be in the range of 45 to 120 dB. And the visual notifications are done through stops, and the range of these operations will be 1 to 2 flashes per second or 15 to 100 candela of the it will be normal output. And the normal notification devices will be Hooters, Strobes, Strobe Hooter, bells, or voice evacuation systems. These are the normal systems which are used in nowadays. And you can see in the photo, the first one is a Hooter, which is used to produce sound, and second one is a Strobe Hooter, which is used to do the functions of both the systems. Now let's see remote control and display panels. These are called repeater panels. These allow the system status to be checked, alarms to be initiated or silenced. Various safety functions can be activated or deactivated throughout the building in a remote location. These are typically reserved for larger systems installed in high-rise building where the local code dictates that the fire alarm system need to be controlled from a remote location other than the fire alarm control panel room. This is a typical repeater panel. There you can see all the functions of our fire alarm control panel can be done through the repeater panels. Now let's discuss about building safety interfaces. Building safety interfaces allows the fire alarm control panel to act as a master in case of a fire. It allows the fire alarm control panel to take control of access control system, elevator, ventilation systems, public address systems, and the dimmer system. All the system will be overridden and will be taken under control during the fire alarm situations. Access control will be released, elevators will be recalled, dimmer system will be turned off, and the public address system will be muted. The other major components. Response indicator. Response indicators are used to show the status of the above fault ceiling detectors. This will be giving the visible indications of the status. And now comes the fault isolator module. Fault isolator module is used to isolate the loop in case of fault. It acts as a fuse and used to protect the rest of the devices from getting damaged. Monitor module is used to get the activation inputs from other systems in case of an emergency condition, like from the firefighting system. And control modules are used to control the third-party integrated services like HVAC systems, access control system in the elevator, and is used to control the device. The first one is a fire response indicator. It will be giving the visible indications, and next one is a monitor module. Now we can see testing of a fire alarm. As you can see in the video, we are creating smoke artificially using a smoker, and this is a double height area, and once the smoke is reaching the detector, the detectors will be activated, and when two detectors of the same zone are activated, according to the fire metrics, the fire control test will be activated instantly and will be giving annunciations to evacuate the building.
Attention, an emergency has been reported in this building. Please cease operations and leave the building utilizing the nearest exit or fire exit stairway. Do not use elevators. Repeat, do not use elevators.
This was all about fire alarm system and the basic working of fire alarm system. Hope you have enjoyed watching the video. If you like the video, please like and subscribe my channel. I will be uploading videos of similar nature, especially on engineering subjects, very shortly. Please drop your valuable feedbacks in the comment box. Thanks for watching the video. Thank you.